welcome to the live. First and foremost, wherever you are meeting me, wherever I am meeting you, I pray that you are meeting me well. I pray that I am meeting you well. Just as we get started in today's session, first and foremost, let me know where you are tuning in from. Are you in the UK? Are you in the US of A? Are you in Australasia? Are you in Asia? Let me know through means of throwing in the chat where you are meeting me on today's live, because in today's live we're going to be going into some very impactful, very imparting aspects of today's session. We literally got cut off on our live previously, so that ain't happening again. We are going to make sure that we add value to you guys whilst we are here. So for those of you who are tuned in, if you got some value, if you were tuned in prior and you got some value, feel free to write the word value in the chat. If you're someone who's just here for the first time, just feel free to write in the chat first time so I can greet you as well. All right, now let's jump straight into what we're going to be sharing with you guys for today's session so you guys can get the most out of what we have in store for you. In today's live, we're going to be talking to you about 5 ways that you are most likely not using the search platform of Zoopla in order to move further faster in your property investment future. And I'm not only going to reveal to you those 5 ways, but after revealing to you those specific 5 ways, I'm also going to go further, faster, and show you how each and every one of these ways can be of value to you. Now, before we do that, the first thing I'd love to do is share with you the main way that most people are using platforms such as Rightmove and Zoopla, okay? If that's gonna be helpful for you, just write yes in the chat. If you think that's gonna be helpful for you, just write yes in the chat. Now, the first way that I have found many people are using the search platform of Zoopla is as a valuation tool. Now, the reason this is interesting is because if you're one of those people like myself who have been seeing all of the adverts that Zoopla have been putting out on social media through means of their YouTube ads, etc., Zoopla are currently doing a big push to promote Zoopla's app or Zoopla's website as a valuation tool. Okay, and their adverts are very interesting right now, the adverts that they've got out. And guys, if anyone's seen any of their adverts, feel free to throw in the chat the word yes. Okay, if you haven't seen any of their most recent adverts, feel free to throw in the chat the word no. Okay, because I'm curious to see if I'm the only person who's getting these Zoopla ads when I'm on social media, right? But these Zoopla ads are quite interesting because what they're doing in these ads is they're playing on this thought process of the UK, where in the UK people don't like talking about money. They're playing on that thread of UK people and UK mindsets, right? But not only are they doing that, they're also using that to kind of connect with this idea that we have in the UK that not only do we not talk about money, but also that if you are going to talk about money, there's a certain way to talk about money, okay? And this is what they're doing in the Zoopla ads, all right? I see Supreme Empress 007 who says, no, I haven't seen those ads. Okay, so maybe I'm the only person, right? And if there's anyone who wants to rescue me and say, no, Samuel, you're not alone. You're not the only person seeing those Zoopla adverts that are out where you've got the lady saying to her spouse's mom, how much does the house cost? And then it's a super awkward moment. If I'm not the only person, someone feel free to rescue me and throw in the chat the word yes. But with all of that being said, I'm going to share something with you because in today's live, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be revealing to you guys the exact way, 5 exact ways that you can leverage the platform of Zoopla to help you find the next property you desire to rent, to find the next property you desire to buy, or just to leverage the platform if you're someone who has a property related business like a rent to rent business and you're looking for new ways to literally expand your business. So if that's you, just write in the chat, it's me, so I know that I'm talking to the right people in today's session. Now, the primary way most people use platforms like Rightmove and Zoopla, and I did a video on Rightmove a couple of weeks back. The primary way most people use the platform of Rightmove or Zoopla is as a valuation tool. That means they're trying to use it, okay? Let's go. I love this, okay? I'll be Googling this later. I love this, right? So all of the stuff we're going to be talking about is going to really support you, okay? And that was Supreme Empress as well, right? All of this stuff's going to super help you guys. So the first thing is most people use these things as a valuation tool, right? Now, this is a very, very bad reason to use this tool. And I am even kind of slightly bemused as to why the fact Zoopla wants to use valuation as its big push in the marketplace. And I'm going to tell you why. The reason why is because most of the world, specifically in the UK, think that if they want to know how much a property is worth, they need to ask a estate agent. Okay, someone write in the chat the word estate agent. But here's the reality. Estate agents are not the right people to tell you how much a property is worth. Okay. And if someone says, Samuel, how do you know that? Well, I'm so glad you asked that. I know that because at the age of 19, I had my first full-time job, and my first full-time job at the age of 19 was as an estate agent. Okay. So one of the things I realized, thank you for liking the live, King Bill. One of the things I realized when I worked as an estate agent at the age of 19 is estate agents do not know how much your house is worth at all. Okay, let me even say it a bit louder in case you need to pick up your pen. Estate agents do not know how much your house is worth at all. Someone write in the chat the words at and all, okay? And what they do is they make an estimate or a guesstimate. But here's the thing where this gets sad, okay? I see those lights coming in, let's go. The place that this gets sad is because what estate agents actually do, most estate agents, I don't want to paint a broad brush, but there is a broad brush, right? What most estate agents do, and I've learned this not only through my own property endeavors, but also through many of the clients I've coached, through many of the friends I've had in property, right? What most estate agents do is they basically lie to you, okay? And you're going to be saying, Samuel, wow, that's a strong statement. Yes, it's a strong statement, but that's how bad it is. That's how bad it is that we have to be that strong, okay? So let me break down what happens with most people when they want to sell a house. When someone typically desires to sell their house, okay? Let's say this person is James, and James wants to sell his house. This is what typically happens. James would go, because he doesn't know where else to go, to an estate agent, okay? And let's say this estate agent, her name is Jackie, okay? So James goes to Jackie. Now, what Jackie typically does, right? And again, this is not all estate agents, but this is the overwhelming majority. And anyone who's had an experience like what I'm talking about, if you can concur at any point of what I'm talking about, just right, I know what you're talking about, right? But let's go deeper. So James goes to Jackie in order to sell his house. And what happens is Jackie says to James a price which is slightly over the price she actually believes the property is. She tells James, hey, James, we can get £320,000 for this property. When Jackie has never, ever in her life, I see those lights coming in, let's go. When Jackie has never, ever in her life, Abigail, that's my daughter's name, awesome. Abigail, thank you for the like, let's go. When Jackie has never, ever in her life sold a property in that area, even the same property, even properties better than that property for 320,000. So a good question we should be asking ourselves is, why would Jackie lie? Why would Jackie lie? Oh, I see those emojis. Let's go. Why would Jackie lie? Let me tell you why Jackie would lie. The reason Jackie would lie to James is because Jackie knows that James typically is asking 3 to 5 different estate agents to value his property. Why? Because James wants to sell his house. So because Jackie knows that James is asking 3 to 5 different estate agents to value his property, guess what Jackie's going to do? Unless she's hyper ethical, which is highly unlikely in most of the marketplace of estate agents. But what is usually going to happen is Jackie is going to lie about the price. Jackie knows that that house will sell all day long for 290,000. What Samuel I Can Win calls that, okay? For those of you, guys, let me ask this. Do you want the help with the terminology? Do you want me to break down all the terminology? Or do you want me to just get to the meat and potatoes? You guys let me know. Write in the chat, meat and potatoes or terms, T-E-R-M-S. Let me know. Because this is for you guys. So if you guys want the terms, I can give you the terms. And that way you can learn the language, you can learn the intricacies, you can know how it works. Or if you just want the meat and potatoes, I'll give you the meat and potatoes, the crux of the matter, and then you guys can determine for yourself what really, really matters. Okay, you guys let me know in the chat. Okay, so basically, James wants to sell his house with speed, or he just wants to sell his house, even if he doesn't want to sell it with speed. So he's going to go to multiple estate agents, or he's going to Google multiple estate agents, and multiple estate agents are going to say, hey, let's give you a valuation. Let's give you that's the key word for estate agents, the valuation. I'll come round and give you a valuation, right? Because they want you to feel like they're giving you something, all right? But in reality, they're not actually giving you anything. And how do you know, Samuel, they're not giving you anything? Because you pay an estate agent. They work for you. So if you're working with a really, really, really ethical estate agent, they will show you, I work for you. Okay? It's not the other way around. Okay? Let's go. Supreme Empress knows. And she wants the commission. Okay? Yeah, she wants the commission. So let me tell you what happens. Even though everybody knows this house can only sell for 290,000, the only person who doesn't know this, which is interesting, is James. Because James doesn't know the value of his property. James doesn't think about property all day, every day. James goes to work as an IT professional, as a nurse, as a doctor, as whatever he does in his profession. Okay, just like most normal people. Most normal people who even do property part time. Okay, every single person who's tuned into this live, okay, does property part time. And if you didn't know that, that's a great place to start writing your notes. Hey, I didn't know, but Samuel I Can Win taught me that I actually do property part-time. Yes, you do. And it's because most people don't know this, that most people don't educate themselves, most people don't develop themselves in the area of property, because they think, oh no, that's for the people who know maths. That's for the people who've got cash. That's for the other people on the other side of the planet. No, guys, it's for you. It's for you. Someone write in the chat the word me. It's for you, guys. It is for you. It's for you to learn. Okay? Nana in the house, welcome to the live. You see, what you have to understand is property is not one of those 60% of people live in a house. Property is one of those 99.9% of people live in a home, which means 99.9% of people have a fiscal responsibility to understand something of a sort about property. I hope I'm helping someone today. Let's go deeper. So James wants to sell his house. He goes and speaks to 3 to 5 estate agents. From speaking, let's go. Supreme Empress says, give us the meat with gravy. Let's go. Okay, we'll give you the meat with gravy. So we'll mix in some terms. Let's make it work. So James wants to sell his house. As a result of him wanting to sell his house, he's going to go to an estate agent. Why? Because he doesn't know any better. Okay? Most of us don't know any better. That's okay. So by virtue of that, James is saying to himself, okay, I've got to go to an estate agent. And when he goes to an estate agent, let me tell you what's going to happen. He's going to go to the estate agent, and while speaking to the estate agent, he's going to find out about what he can do from the agency. Okay? And as he finds out what he can do from the agency, he's going to discover a few interesting things. He's going to discover that all of these agents are going to tell him, we can sell your apartment for 300,000, even though they know it can only sell for 290. We could sell your apartment for 310,000. We could sell your apartment for 320,000. They're making it up. Okay. Now, why do they make it up? Okay. Supreme Empress has already given an answer, because she wants the commission. That's part of the reason. Here's the real reason. The real reason, which most people don't know, is that estate agents want to sign you into what we call an exclusivity. Here we go. Disconnected the stylus with my excitement. Let's go. The joys of getting excited in the session. Okay. So what most people don't know is that an estate agent wants to get you signed into what we call an exclusivity agreement. Okay. Now, Samuel, what's an exclusivity agreement? It's exactly what it says on the tin. The exclusivity agreement is an agreement that locks you in for that estate agent to be the only person to sell your house for a period of time. How long is that period of time? That period of time is literally, roughly, for most people, a 12-week period. Okay, now why is this important? This is why this is important. Because what most people like Jackie are going to do is they're going to tell you a price that they know they can't get you signed up to the exclusivity contract, and then spend the next 12 weeks convincing you that no one wants to buy the property at the price they gave you. Now, if that's crazy, someone write in the chat the word crazy. Because I think that's crazy. I think it's crazy that someone will tell you they can sell your house for a price and then spend 12 weeks telling you, oh, we're not getting many viewings this week. Oh, you know what? It seems like maybe the price is a bit over. Like, guys, estate agents don't know the value of your property. Okay, let's just start there to help ourselves. Okay, so We want meat and potatoes with gravy. So let me jump straight in. So the first way that most people are using platforms like Zoopla are for valuation. Okay? Valuation. Okay? And again, like I said, I have no idea why Zoopla are trying to become the new valuation tool of the century, because it just doesn't make sense. The people that value properties are RICS surveyors, RICS, which stands for Royal Institute of Chartered Surveyors. It's the RICS surveyors that give you the valuation on a property that can be utilized. Okay, so if everyone understands that, just write in the comments, I do, so I know that you guys are with me as we go further faster in today's session. All right, so we need RICS surveyors to value properties. Why? Because they go to university, they go and do the studies in order to do it. And guys, I'm going to say this, just like any job, it doesn't necessarily mean the RICS surveyors always get it right, but the RICS surveyors are the people that the mortgage lenders are going to listen to. The RICS surveyors are the people that the banks are going to listen to. The RICS surveyors are the people that make the difference in the marketplace with their valuation, not someone who says, I'm an estate agent, I'll tell you the price of your property. Okay, so hopefully this is helpful for you guys. Let's go deeper. Nana says, I do. Let's go. The second way most people use the platform of Zoopla or Rightmove, these platforms, is for search. Okay, as a search tool. Okay, these two ways are the primary ways most people use platforms like Zoopla and Rightmove. I'm here to tell you something today. Stop using Rightmove as a valuation tool. Stop using Zoopla as a valuation tool. You're wasting your time. Okay, there's no point. It's not accurate. And in most cases, they only put those tools on the site to capture your information so they can start emailing you a whole bunch of marketing stuff. Okay, I hope someone understands what I'm talking about. Let's go deeper. The search tool's okay. It's okay on all of these platforms, but in today's live, I'm going to show you 5 better ways. So if anyone's looking forward to 5 better ways in today's live, just write in the chat the number 5. Let me see the number 5. And as I get those number 5s heating up the chat, I'm literally going to start to unpack. I'm going to give you 5 ways that you can literally use the platform of Zoopla to help yourself move further faster in your property endeavors. This is going to be a game changer for some of you. Let's go. Supreme Empress says, I see. Let's go. All right. Let me get those 5s in the chat. Let me get those 5s in the chat. Let me get those 5s in the chat. Now, today's going to be kind of tutorial style. I'm going to open it all up. I'm going to show you the whole thing. I'm going to give you the whole shebang. I want you guys to see everything. I'm going to be sharing with you guys in today's live 5 specific ways that you're not using Zoopla that you possibly could. And some people who are going to tune into this are going to say, Samuel, you shouldn't have said could. You should have said I should. Right? So these are going to be 5 specific ways that you're currently not using Zoopla that you should. All right? Or you could. Right? So let me see those numbers 5. Someone throw the number 5 in the chat. Someone throw the number 5 in the chat. And as you guys throw the number 5 in the chat, we are going to live and direct open up the world of Zoopla. Let's go. We are in Zoopla, right? So this is Zoopla. Okay. Now, for those of you who don't know how to get here, if you've never seen this website before, never heard of this website, this is just ZOO, like zoo, okay, and then PLA.co.uk. All right. And you can see my one says /home because, yo, we at home, right? So Zoopla.co.uk. So this is easy, simple, right? Simples. Now, what I've just done is I've gone to the website. Hopefully this is super easy for everyone. Now, the first thing I'm going to show you, I actually learned from one of my friends. My friend's name is Napa, okay? And Napa teaches people how to get rent-to-rent property deals, okay? And he showed me a hack on this platform years ago, and I've been using it ever since. And I think you deserve to learn this as well. I don't know if Napa's going to give me permission to show this, but Napa, forgive me if I don't have permission to show this. And for those of you who want to say thank you to Napa, if you go on Amazon and just search Napa B, N-A-P-A-B, okay, his surname begins with B, Napa B, and then search the term rent to rent, you can go buy Napa's book, okay, go buy Napa's book. His book is called The Rent to Rent Blueprint, I believe, and he's also got the Rent to Rent Blueprint Part 2, okay? So you can go buy Napa's book to say thank you, Napa, or you can start by just writing in the chat, thank you, Napa, for showing Samuel this number 1 hack that he's about to reveal to us. Okay, so first thing I'm going to show you guys, let me take notes as well, so you guys because I know if you guys are like me, you guys like taking notes. You like having things orderly and in a nice fashion and structure. And if you have things orderly and in a nice fashion of structure and in a nice fashion and structure, I've got to speak properly. You know what that means. That then means that you can take full advantage of everything that we're using. Okay. So let me make sure that I've got everything in place so we can take advantage of everything in this space. Okay. All right. We're literally running out. There we go. We don't run out. We got abundance up in the house. Let's go. All right. Good stuff. All right. So let me put this back on. All right. So I'm going to share a few things with you. First thing I'm going to show you guys is a feature which is called bulk. Someone write in the chat bulk, B-U-L-K, message. Okay. So what are we doing? With the first thing we're doing, we're leveraging Zoopla to become what I'm going to call a networking tool. Okay. We're leveraging Zoopla to be our networking tool. How? By tapping into this feature called bulk message. Okay. So how do you find bulk message? Let me show you, right? You go onto Zoopla and let's say you're searching in a particular area. Let's say the area we're searching, for the sake of this, we're going to search in Walthamstow, E17. Okay. So we search whatever area we're interested in and we hit search. Okay. All right. And if you guys are with me, just write, I'm with you, Samuel. So I know that you guys are with me. So I know everything's working. So I know that we're getting feedback. All right. So I know that everybody's in class today in order to find out how to shift their financial way. All right. So let me get some I'm with yous. So I know you guys are in class today. Let's go. All right. So the first thing we do, go over to Zoopla. When we get to Zoopla, we're going to search where we're interested in, the location, the geography, our specific patch, gold mine area. All right. And those of you who are not subscribed to my channel, get subscribed to my channel because I'm going to be releasing a video on Friday at 5 p.m. as we do every week. But this Friday's video is going to be showing you about some super ninja keys as it pertains to your property gold mine area. Okay. So get subscribed, and whatever platform you're on, guys, just tune in, get locked in. It's going to help you. All right, cool. So Super Empress gives me the we following. Let's go. All right, cool. So we're going over first and foremost to the platform of Zoopla. I'm searching for the location I'm interested in. Now, all I need to do first and foremost is create an account. Now, you may not have an account. I have an account. So you can see it says account here. It says my home. So I'm logged in. Okay. So create an account. Creating an account is free. Okay. I'm going to say that one more time. Creating an account is free. I'm going to say it one more time for the people all the way over there in the back. Creating an account is free. It's free, guys. It's free. Okay. Now, why is that important? The reason it's important is because once you've got an account created, you can do this. Let's say I search for a bunch of properties like I've just done in E17 and all of these properties come up, right? I can scroll all the way to the bottom only when I've created an account. I cannot do this when I haven't created an account, okay? That's the caveat for this. And if I scroll all the way to the bottom, some very interesting thing shows up, okay? Now, most people have never seen this on Zoopla. If you've ever seen this on Zoopla, just write, I have. If you've never seen this on Zoopla, just write, that's new, okay? That's news. Hey, Samuel, that's new, okay? Let me know if this is new for you, okay? And if you've seen this before, you can let me know I've seen this before. Right now, let me show you what we're doing here. I'm going to make this a bit smaller just so you guys can see it properly. Okay. So what we actually have here is we have a field which says contact relevant estate agents and new home developers. Okay. What's that, Samuel? Let me show you what that is. Okay. That is a way that we can come and send a message to over 10 estate agents in an instant, literally in an instant. So watch, for example, let's say my full name was Impact Interest, and let's say my email was whatever, test@gmail.com. Let's say this is my mobile number and it says, what's your situation? Let's say my situation is whatever, okay? I have an offer on my property. Let's say my situation is I am an investor and I'm hoping to invest. Whatever my situation is, I fill that in, okay? Then I'm looking for property for sale in E17. Please let me know about any suitable properties you may have. Thanks. Now you can change this and this can say anything you want, okay? This can say, hey, I should have hit subscribed already? Okay, Samuel being a bit funny today, right? But this can say anything you want because this is your private message to these multiple agents. This is the bulk message feature. It's the first thing I'm revealing to you guys. Tip number one, bulk message. Someone write in the chat, bulk message. Okay. Now you don't have to message one estate agent based on one property. You can go granular. You could say in here, good day. I'm looking for 5-bed properties with 3 reception rooms in the E17 area. That's how you spell do. Thank God it's not a spelling test. Do you think you could be of assistance to me? Regards. Impact. Boom. Okay. So we now have a tailored message that we can send. But here's where it's ninja, right? We're not sending this message to one estate agent like you typically would. Look at how many people we're sending this to. A maximum of 20 estate agents at a time. 20 selected. And obviously I can change these. I can say to myself, okay, I don't want to contact any big brand estate agents. If I want, I can take Foxtons off, for example. I can take Bairstow Eves off, for example. Kings is kind of mid-size, but let's say I want to take Kings off and I want to take Churchill off, all right? I might say, okay, I don't want your move, Walthamstow. I don't want Central Estate Agents, Walthamstow. But then I scroll down and I see, hold on, Wrigley Estate Agents. That's a small agency. I want them. Durden and Hunt. That's a small agency. I want them. Okay. OC Homes in Leighton. That's a small agency. I want them. And so forth and so forth. Now, when you get to the bottom, just something to bear in mind, Price Taylor, Off Agent, Auction House, you can see these now start becoming slightly nuanced organizations. They start becoming the developers. They start becoming the housing associations. So just bear that in mind. And guys, if that's what you're looking for, whoop-de-doo. Okay, if that's what you're looking for, then by all means take advantage of that and utilize that because that's there as well. It doesn't just have to be estate agents that you send these messages to. I'm just showing this to you guys so you understand how to tap in. Okay, so if that's what you're looking for, cool. But if it's not what you're looking for, this is what's available to you. Okay, so let's say, for example, I wanted to put, I've got 17 in right now. It's giving me a running total right here in the highlighted part. Okay, let's say I wanted to put 3 more in. Let's go with Nested. Nested is kind of large. It's all right. Bowden Bradley, which again, all right, let's just go for Properly. Let's go for Knight Bishop. Okay, and we get 20. Now, the moment I've got 20, this is perfect. Okay, I could ask for get a free agent valuation. I'm not interested in it. Like I said to you guys earlier, the whole valuation thing is just basically a gimmick. Okay, now I should click here. I'm not a robot, just so it knows I'm not a robot. And then straight after that, send message. Okay, send message. Someone told me in the chat, if that was valuable, just throw the number 1 in the chat because that's the first out of 5 ninja ways you can tap into this platform and use it in ways most people are not using it. Someone throw the number 1 in the chat if they got value from that. Okay, so that's number 1. And we got 5 more. We got 4 more of these. Okay, 4 more ninja ways that you can use this platform that most people are not using this platform. Okay, so guys, you guys have to give me some feedback. I need to know if this is helpful, because if it's not helpful, then I need to turn up the gears. If it is helpful, then I need to keep these gears on how they are. And what should I say next? Well, they're the only 2 options, right? It's helpful, it's not helpful. I don't know. You guys let me know. All right. So this is 2 things. Sorry, that's the first thing you can do. We've shared 2 ways most people are using the platform, and 1 way so far you can use the platform, which is super ninja compared to how most people are using it. Okay. Use it as a networking tool. Use it to contact as many estate agents as possible if you're someone who wants to use estate agents. I generally typically don't use estate agents when I'm looking for great property deals. Why? Because as I often say, great deals are everywhere and great deals pay for themselves. So this is the reason why I don't use this feature if I'm looking for great property deals. This is why I typically don't use estate agents. But if you're someone who's going to say, Samuel, listen, I know you've said I shouldn't use agents, but I'm still going to use agents, then this is one of the ways you can contact way more agents way faster without stressing yourself out. Okay, so you guys let me know if this is beneficial to you. Nana B says 1 in the chat, which means number one was valuable to her. All right, cool. Let's go deeper and let's jump into technique slash tactic number two. Okay, we're going to go into technique slash tactic number two. The first one was to tap into the bulk message. The second one, I'm going to write this one up, okay, is to take advantage of, I thought the notepad was up, it's up now. Take advantage of the buyer mortgage, thank God this is not a spelling test, of the buyer mortgage tool, okay? So there's a buyer mortgage tool inside of Zoopla, okay? And if you ask me, this is probably very, very much more helpful for most people, okay? So how do we find this buyer mortgage tool? I'm gonna show you exactly how we do it, right? So all you've got to do when you come onto Zoopla, let's scroll all the way to the top and get back to the home screen to help you guys just to navigate. And I'm gonna be going back to the home screen each time, guys, just so you know how to navigate. Because otherwise, if I just keep doing what I'm doing, you're gonna be in a bit of a maze and not know how to come out. So again, if this is valuable, someone throw the word value in the chat. So let's say I'm attempting to buy a property, okay? And let's say it's my first property or my fifth property, it doesn't make a difference, right? And again, let's say I'm looking in Walthamstow. Walthamstow is going to be our area of interest today. And I hit search, okay? So what's going to happen is properties for sale in Walthamstow are going to show up. All of these different properties for sale in the Walthamstow area. Now, when they show up, what I should do, apologies guys, this was bugging me out the other day. So I'm going to just switch this around real quickly. There we go. So I can be looking at the same direction as you guys see the screen, okay? Just so it's a bit more sense making to some of us, all right? And guys, for those of you who are getting value, feel free to write the word value in the chat from the little hacks that we are throwing out. I see that, yes, let's go. All right, cool. So hack number one, bulk message. Hack number two, buyer mortgage. If you go onto the platform, search your area of interest, hit search. After you hit search, you're going to have all of the results. As you can see, this says there are 455 results, or you guys can't see that, it's just behind my video, but there's 400, or my camera, I guess I should say. There's 455, let's do this, then you'll see it, okay? Or maybe you're still not seeing it, okay? But this, what I've highlighted right here, it says it's 455 results inside of Walthamstow of properties for sale, okay? So here's what we're going to do. All you can do is go to any property, any price. It doesn't make a difference. Let's say, okay, it doesn't even matter what you're interested in. Like, it doesn't matter what I'm interested in, right? Let's say I'm interested in a 5-bedroom house. It doesn't make a difference, okay? Go to any property and click on it. Now, when you click on any property, scroll down. And as you scroll down, you get to this interesting tool, Zoopla Tools. This is the mortgage calculator, okay? This is a great resource. If you're someone who's trying to figure out how mortgageable you are based on your situation, circumstance, or scenario, this buyer mortgage tool is a very quick desktop way to find out, oh, I actually can get a mortgage, but I thought I couldn't. Oh, I actually can potentially raise that amount of money from a mortgage, even though I thought I couldn't, right? Now, for people in our community, a lot of the time, depending on where you're at, I've got a lot of high-level clients who have portfolios of 10 or more properties, cool. But there's a whole bunch of people in our community who've never bought a house before, who don't understand whether they can get a mortgage, who just tell themselves, I can't get a mortgage because my credit score is 480. There are people getting mortgages with credit scores of 480, okay? Hello, somebody. Is this helpful? Is this helpful? Okay? YS says, are you really live? Yes, I am live. Let's go, okay? And guys, for those of you who know I'm live, just write the word live in the chat and then we'll throw that on the screen as well, okay? So YS, let me know your name so I know who I'm talking to as well. So let's jump into this. So if you go to the platform of Zoopla and you search for the area you're interested in and you pick any property, doesn't matter if it's a property you like or not, just pick any property and scroll down, you get to the mortgage calculator. Now this is a key resource. It's super helpful, okay? It's super helpful. Let's go. Sean says, live, man, I'm here, I'm listening, let's go. All right, let's go. Sean, also, thank you for the follow, appreciate you, let's go. All right. And guys, I guess this is a great break and a great opportunity to say, if you're not following me, now's the time. Hit subscribe, hit follow, hit like, share this content so other people like you can find out more about the things we do. And if you're meeting me for the first time, welcome. Hello, my name is Samuel Ikanwini-Kimwin, and I help people create consistent and then colossal cash flow using resources and revenues hidden in plain sight. So whilst there's coaches and teachers out there who tell you they'll help you become financially free in 5 or 10 years, me and my team help people do that in 3 to 12 months. And we got receipts for those of you who care about that. So let's go deeper into today's session. So in today's session, for those of you who are just jumping in now, who didn't realize this, we are helping you see 5 ways you do not use Zoopla, but you probably could use Zoopla. And for some of you, when you go through all these 5 ways, you're going to be saying, Samuel, you should have said, I should be using Zoopla in these 5 ways. Let's go. Supreme Empress says, Samuel, we live, we live, we live. We are live. Thank you, Supreme Empress, for throwing in the live. Now, let's go. So mortgage calculator. Okay, this is the second of the 5 tips I'm going to show you. The mortgage calculator is super ninja. Why? It allows you, if you're someone who's never got a mortgage before, or if you're someone who's got a mortgage before, but you're just a little bit unsure, to come here and start fiddling with the numbers, right? So what do you mean fiddling with the numbers, Samuel? Well, let's say you were interested in buying a house for £300,000, okay? So I just write in this thing, the price of the house I'm interested in is £300,000. Let's say your household income is £4,000 per month, okay? You just write in here, household income, £4,000 per month. Then let's say you're able to pay a deposit of £25,000, okay? And let's say, well, not £25,000. I actually want to put a deposit of 25%, right? So let's put that in here. £62,500 is going to be my deposit. Let's say that's how much I've got. So it's telling me 62,500 is a 21% deposit based on a £300,000 price. Okay, is this helpful? Is this helping someone? Okay, Sean likes the live. Let's go. I guess this is helping somebody, right? If this is helpful, someone say helpful in the chat. Someone say, Samuel, you're talking to me. Samuel, this is of value, right? Let me know if this is valuable, guys, because otherwise I don't know if I should keep going, if I should go deeper or not, right? So let's up the ante a little bit. 157.75. So let's say we're going to put a full 25% deposit. Let's say we've got £75,000 in savings. Okay. So what's happened now is this is saying, yep, that's a deposit of 25%. All right, let's go. Sean says, I'm listening, man. I am here. Let's go. Right. So we can use this mortgage calculator to literally fill out our whole situation and find out what we need to be able to do, what things would look like going forward. Okay. Now watch this. Okay. This is saying if we have, using a mortgage calculator, a property that's priced at 300,000. If our household income is £4,000 per month, so it wants it annually, so £4,000 a month is 48,000 a year, okay? And 48,000 a year. And our deposit we've saved up is 75,000. If we want to take a mortgage for how long? Let's say we pick 25 years. We want a mortgage for 25 years, which is like a typical length most people have. Then it says the interest rate, and it gives you an interest rate. The interest rate it's given us is 4.1%. Now, if you're someone with maybe quote unquote bad credit, as some people would call it, that interest rate might increase, okay? Now, if you want to do an overestimation, you might use numbers like 6%, 7%, okay? But here's what happens. As I'm filling in these numbers, price of the property, household income annually, length of the mortgage, and the amount I have in deposit, and the interest rate, these 5 characteristics I'm filling in, it's basically telling me stuff. It's saying based on your criteria, you could potentially borrow 180 to 228,000 pounds. It's saying based on your criteria, if you borrowed this amount of money, you'd be paying 1,250 pounds per month in mortgage payments. Okay, someone let me know if this is helpful, because this is your literal buyer mortgage tool. This is another way I don't see enough people tapping into the use of the resource of Zoopla. There's no point using Zoopla the way Zoopla tells you to use Zoopla. Why? Because that's how everyone uses Zoopla, through means of valuations, which is, again, as I shared in the beginning of the live, not really how you should be using it because it's useless. Or through means of searching alone. You should take advantage of the actual core features in the app or core features in the website, which can actually be of value to you. Okay, so the first one I shared with you guys earlier, bulk message. The second one I've showed you guys just now is the buyer's mortgage. Okay, so jump on here, fill out your details, say what your situation is, and take advantage of your advantages. Okay, so you can just do whatever you want with this, guys. This tool is super helpful for you. Now, it's not a mortgage. It's not a mortgage lender. So it doesn't mean if you put your numbers in here, you're going to get a mortgage from the website. That doesn't work like that. You can see here it says in partnership with Halifax. So Halifax is the provider of this mortgage calculator. And if you click on this, this will take you to Halifax. If you click check eligibility, this will take you to Halifax. I am not promoting Halifax. I'm not promoting Zoopla. This is not a paid partnership. This is not an affiliate deal. This is nothing. This is just me giving educational insights to my community who I know need it to move further faster. So that's all. So again, let's say I was saying, okay, you know what? I'm going to go for a £500,000 house. And I just want to know what it's going to take of me to be able to get that. Let's say my income, my household income, including my wife's income, was £228,000, for example. You can see here with a £75,000 deposit, it's saying you could potentially borrow 1 million to 1.3 million pounds for a property, that is. And it's saying that your monthly mortgage, if you were to put a £75,000 deposit down, which is 15%, for a £500,000 house on a 25-year loan term with an interest rate of 4.16%, you'd be paying £2,362 per month. Okay, so you guys let me know if this is helpful. Excuse me. You guys let me know if this is helpful. We've gone through the first way, which was the bulk message tool. We've gone through the second way, which was the buyer mortgage tool. Now we're going to go through the third way. Someone throw in the chat the number 3. Someone throw in the chat the number 3. Okay, now number 3 is kind of like, I don't want to say it's my favorite, but it's kind of like my favorite. Okay, number 3 is kind of like my favorite. Let me see if I can lock the orientation. There we go. This is going to be good. All right, so we locked the orientation. Now let's jump into this. Okay, Sean says 3. Let's go. Danielle says 3. Let's go. All right, so the third thing we're going to do is what I call boundaries. Okay, so we had bulk messages, which I showed you guys at the start. We had buyer mortgage, which I showed you guys a moment ago, but now we've got the boundaries of the markets. Okay, this is number 3. Okay, Spirit of Truth, thank you for liking the live. We appreciate you. All right, so boundaries of markets. Okay, so this is where we start getting a little bit super ninja. Okay, so I hope you guys are ready for this. So we're looking at boundaries of the market. Samuel, what do you mean by boundaries of the markets? I'm so glad you asked. Let's show you. So again, like I said, guys, I'm going to keep going back to the home screen just because I want you guys to be able to navigate to these things yourself. Okay, Supreme Empress said earlier, Samuel, give us the meat, potatoes, and gravy. So I'm making sure that I explain this super well and not just in a way that you don't understand. Okay, so I'm going back to the homepage again. Okay, so here's a question. Daniel, thank you for liking the live. We appreciate you. So here's the question. And guys, for those of you who are getting tons of value, if you're hearing this stuff and you're like, yo, this guy's literally unpacking stuff about a website I've known about for years, but I've never known these features exist. I never knew these features could help me this much. Guys, hit share because there's other people out there who might need to know how much we care. All right, so let's go. Now, we're going to go back in. We're at the home screen again on Zoopla. Now, what we're looking at is the boundaries of markets. Now, how do we create boundaries to markets? I'm going to show you exactly how to create boundaries of markets. User 274499523, so on. Thank you for following the page. I appreciate you for following my profile. All right, cool. Let's go deeper. So this is how we're going to create boundaries to the markets, okay? And specifically for the boundaries to the markets, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be drawing specific search criteria, drawing specific search zones, which can be of value to us, okay? Specific search zones that are going to be of value to us, okay? And this is super ninja for those of you who aren't ready for this. So let me show you what we're going to do, all right? What we're going to do is super easy. First thing again, to do this feature, you are going to need an account. So again, get an account, all right? An account is free. An account is free. And again, for the people at the back, an account is free, okay? If you didn't know, an account is free, all right? I just want you guys to know this because it costs you nothing to be able to do the stuff I'm showing you, okay? It costs you nothing to be able to do this stuff. So go create an account on Zoopla. After you create an account, you can do stuff like this, all right? So someone throw a postcode in the chat. You guys throw a postcode in the chat. And whilst you guys are throwing a postcode in the chat, I'm going to use a postcode. I'm going to use the E17 postcode, all right? So I want you to throw a postcode in the chat because the issue with this stuff a lot of the time, guys, is when I do this, you guys might think, oh, he's making this up. Oh, this is Blue Peter. Here's one I made earlier. Like, guys, this is super like freestyle because I know this stuff works, okay? Let's go. So Spirit of Truth says SW1 and Sean says MK10. Thank you guys for the postcodes. Spirit of Truth, let me know your name so I know who we're talking to in the chat. So let's go. And sorry guys, I'm super old school, right? So I feel weird not addressing people by their actual name. So calling someone user 274, like it just feels super weird to me. So when you jump in, guys, say, hey Samuel, this is Sean. Hey Samuel, this is, you know, let me know who I'm speaking to, right? Because that way I can show you some love. All right. So SW1, we're going to search for SW1. Let's hit search, right? So I think, I don't know off by head, but I think SW1 is kind of, that's Balham. I think it's Balham. Someone let me know in the chat if it's Balham. Okay. William Street, London, SW1. Okay, SW1. And guys, for those of you who are not based in London, or those of you who are not based in the UK, if you don't know this, I'm going to explain this to you. Whenever you get a London postcode, if the number's low, like 1 or 2, you're closer to central. You're closer to the central part of London, okay? The higher the numbers go, the further out you are. Typically in London postcodes, all right? So hopefully that helps you, all right? Awesome. Marie is in the house. Marie, welcome to the live. We appreciate you. All right, so Marie gives us SW1. Let's jump into SW1 and let's look at this a bit deeper, all right? So we're first searching SW1. We're going to get a whole bunch of properties, okay? Now what I'm showing you guys is boundaries. Now, let's say I'm looking for properties in SW1. Let's say that's my gold mine area. And I've said this already, guys. I said it earlier in the live. I'll say it again. If you are not subscribed to my channel, go get subscribed to my channel. Why? Because every Friday at 5 p.m. we release a video. And this Friday's video is a video where I'm literally deep diving into your property gold mine area. I'm showing you the exact place you should be invested in property. And it's not up north, all right, like all of these gurus are telling you to go. Now, let's go deeper. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here. I'm going to click save this search, okay? So let's say SW1 is what I'm interested in. Let's even get Super Ninja. Let's say I'm not only interested in SW1, I'm interested in a specific radius. So let's say my specific radius is 1 mile. I'm only interested in 1 mile. There are so many properties for sale in SW1. 1 mile might be a bit big, right? Let's go smaller. There's so many in SW1. All right, let's go as small as possible. This area only. Let's see. All right, so we've got, that's a lot of properties. All right, you guys can't see this number. It's slightly behind my camera, but that's 1,602 results. That's a lot of results, guys. I'm just telling you, right? So there's a lot of properties in SW1 for sale. Maybe because SW1 is a more premium market. Marie, let me know if SW1 is the Balham area, if I'm slightly off with my bearings. But guys, someone let me know in the chat where SW1 is. I believe it's kind of like around Balham, that kind of area, okay? London Bridge, maybe that kind of area, okay? But let's go deeper. I digress. So right now, okay, someone says, can we, Sean says, can we do WD25, all right, which I think is like the Watford area, okay? Maybe if we get some time, or I'll use WD25 for the next example, right? If we have a next example. Yep, see, Sean says, that's Watford. Yep, I know Watford really well. I used to host the largest property networking event in Watford, and I hosted that for about a whole year. So yeah, that's absolutely awesome. We'll be in Watford in a moment. All right. So SW1, we're looking at, okay? In SW1, let's say I'm looking in this area only. There's 1,602 properties. But let's say I'm only looking, all right? I see you, Daniel. Let's go. Let's say I'm only looking for a 3-bedroom apartment or more, okay? So 3-bedroom or more. So I won't put anything in max. Now, let's say the price, I have no minimum, obviously, because everybody likes to bag a deal. But let's say my maximum is £2 million, okay? I don't want to spend more than £2 million. So this top property at 3 million is above the budget I desire to set in this criteria, okay? And this is helping me just narrow down the results. Now, you guys aren't seeing these numbers. Let me make this smaller and see if you can see them, but I don't think you're going to see them. You're not seeing them, but I can get them to show. Oh, actually, I can't. All right, but this is 167 results, okay? So where I've just highlighted blue is how many results I've got. I've got 167 results, okay? So it's giving me all of the properties on Zoopla in SW1, specifically in that area, with 3 bedrooms or more, with £2 million as a max, okay? And then it says property type. What property type do you want, okay? Let's go. Let's go. Marie says, just go for a high budget and make it fun, all right? This is fun, guys. Hopefully this is fun, all right? Marie says, this is Kensington and Chelsea. Lovely, all right? So Kensington and Chelsea. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't Kennington. All right, cool. So that was my double look. All right, so we're in Kensington and Chelsea. We've got SW1, this area only, 3 bedrooms. We're going to a max of 2 million. And what type of properties do you want? So let's just say, I'm just making all this up, right? Let's say I'm looking for apartments. So I click flats, okay? So that's my search criteria. Your search criteria is going to be different. You just put whatever you want, right? For what you're looking for. Now, here's where this gets ninja. I'm going to click save, okay? Now I've saved it. Now watch what happens. Save your search and create an alert for sale within, okay, we're going to come back to that. That's actually my next tip. So I didn't want to do that, all right? I'm overstepping the boundary, all right? Now, if you come over here to the right-hand side, it says, draw your search, okay? And remember, the step we're looking at right now is boundaries of markets, okay? And what did it just say? It said I can draw my search. And I just a moment ago got ahead of myself. I was literally going into step 4, but we'll get to step 4 in a moment. So click draw your search. So now I'm in the whole of London, zoom super in, and I get to my Kensington and Chelsea location, okay? And when I get to my Kensington and Chelsea location, I might be saying to myself, there's specific places I want to go and specific places to which I'll say no, okay? So what do? This is exactly what I do. Hope you guys are tuned in. This is step 3, the third way that you're probably not using Zoopla, that you could be using Zoopla, through boundaries of markets, right? Let's jump into this. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to click draw from search, okay? And when I click draw from search, I might want to have something by the river. So I'm going to draw around the boundary of the river that I'm interested in. I might want to get as far as Pimlico Station. I might want to go up towards the artist residence clubhouse. And then I might just say this boundary only is of interest to me, okay? Now, you see what's happened? The moment I finish drawing that, Zoopla has basically categorized that whole area for me, okay? Now, guess what? Here's where this gets super ninja. I can click draw again, okay? And guess what happens? I get to draw again. Someone write in the chat, draw again. Let's go. Now, let's say, for example, I now want to focus on the Chelsea area, but I still want to keep my first area, okay? So I click draw from scratch, which is, oh, there we go. Okay, draw, sorry. Okay, and now I'm going to click add area. Okay, so I'm going to add a secondary area. Now, when I add this secondary area, let's say I want to be more on this side of town. I get to draw, and again, I like the waterside apartments. So I'm going to get to draw around here, near Chelsea Bridge. All the way back, I want Sloane Square train station included, and cap that with my second area. Okay, so if you guys are seeing what I'm talking about, let's go. Sean says draw again. I get to identify specific areas of interest to me. Now, the moment I've done that, this is where it gets super cool, right? I can click layers, okay? And I can look at this in different ways. I can look at it in a map layer. I can look at it through a satellite layer, okay? I get these layers to choose how I want to basically analyze the market and what I want to look at, okay? Now, I would usually use the satellite layer, but again, for the sake of this, we're going to use maps because most of you are probably comfortable with this. Now, here's 3 things that are super cool right now. The first thing that's super cool is I can now click list view. Now, if I click list view, it takes me back to the normal Zoopla kind of screen, but now on this Zoopla kind of screen, guess what happens? All of these things are listed out for me. Let's go. Welcome W to following the page or the profile. W, let me know what your name is so we know who's in the house, okay? So now what happens is when I'm going back to list view, if you guys remember, I had 167 properties before. Now I only have 46 results. Let's go, Rianne. Rianne is in the house, okay? I've got 46 results. I don't have 167 properties I have to look through now. I've only got 46, but here's the beautiful thing. Those 46 fit all of the criteria I set earlier. They're all in SW1. They're all in that area only. They're all 3-bedroom minimums. They're all under £2 million as a maximum. They're all flats or apartments. They're all fitting all the criteria, but they're all only in the drawn area. Okay? If this is super ninja, someone write in the chat, ninja. Okay? Let me know if you guys are getting value. Now, as you can see, I've just clicked the map again and I'm zooming right back in. And what's happening now? It's only showing properties in the drawn areas, in the areas I drew. Okay? I want you guys to think about this. Danielle literally throws the ninjas in and they're flying all over the screen. Let's go. I love that. All right? I want you guys to see how this works. Let's go. Sean says ninja. Okay? This is how this works, guys. So not only from what I've said to you guys, that there are 5 ways you're probably not using Zoopla that you could, and by the end of this live, you're going to be saying, I should. The first way is through means of the bulk message. Anyone who missed that, guys, go get subscribed so you can literally watch the replay. The second one is through means of the buyer's mortgage tool. The third one is through means of the boundaries of the market. You can create your own boundaries of markets. You can say, you know what, I only want a property here, or I only want a property there, I only want properties here. And what happens is you literally open yourself up to have specific targeted areas where you can look at only the properties in the catchments you're interested. So if you're very interested in only getting properties by the water, you can literally click that, have the quick overview, click inside, right? That's a premium ad, as you can see, right? And these waterfront properties will typically be premium ads because the people are trying to get 1.95 million for them. So as a result, they will definitely do their due diligence out there to get this sold in here. Okay, so if this is helpful so far, someone write in the chat helpful. If this is helpful so far, someone write in the chat helpful. If this is helpful, someone write Samuel, you're helping me. Okay, Samuel, you're helping me. Now, why do I want you to write Samuel, you're helping me? Because I just want to know, I want some feedback. I want to know if this is helpful for you guys. I want to know if I'm literally spending an hour or two away from my queen and my children, and this is of value to the people that I'm actually spending the time with. So let me know, guys, in the chat if this is valuable to you. Marie says, Samuel, this is helpful. This is good. This is good. All right, good. Good stuff. Good stuff, right? So I said to you guys, I'm going to show you 5 ways that you're probably not using Zoopla, that you should, or I said that you could be using Zoopla, and you guys are probably going to be saying by the end of this that, there we go, TikTok are giving us our, there we go. Sorry, guys. One of the platforms, I've been told by my team I'm not supposed to say the names of the platforms, so I do apologize. But one of the platforms, which I said its name a moment ago, literally has this feature where after going live for a certain amount of time, it asks you, are you still there? Are you a robot, right? Which is super annoying. But I'm obviously not a robot, even though Sean asked earlier a very interesting question. He's like, Samuel, like, are you actually live? Is this actually live, right? Here it was. Are you really live? Okay. And I said, yeah, I'm really live, right? So, yeah, I think even the app wants to figure out whether I'm really live or not as well. All right, let's go. All right, so thank you, Sean. I see those emojis blowing up. And guys, for those of you who are on the TT platform, just tap in the screen, literally tap in the screen, right? If you take your phone and just tap the screen, that is how you like the video, right? And if you like the video enough, guess what happens? The platform pushes this content to other people like you, so me and you can have other people like me and you inside here getting value from you literally tapping the like, okay? And I can see right now we're on 6,700 likes. Let's get to 10,000 likes. Let's keep it moving. Let's go. All right. User 27449. Let's go. Like the live. User 27449. And so let me know what your name is so I know who's in the house. All right. And for those of you who are on any other platform, you know what to do. Hit the like, hit subscribe. Share this with someone else in your tribe so we can all move further faster in our future. All right, let's go, let's go, let's go. All right, let's go deeper. If you guys are ready for us to go deeper, throw the number 4 in the chat and I'll give you number 4, number 4, number 4, so we can all get some more, all right? Because I have shown you so far 3 different ways that you are most likely not using the platform of Zoopla and how you can use this platform in a hyper, super ninja way, thank you, Marie, in order to move further faster in your future. And I've actually just noticed that our comments aren't actually even coming through on Instagram. Maybe that's why Instagram's choosing not to comment as much. And I just said the name of the platform, and I'm not supposed to say the name of the platforms. Samuel, Samuel. Okay, my team are going to be telling me off. They're going to be like, stop doing that. Every time you mention the platform, the other platforms don't push the content. All right, guys, we're not here to push the content. We're here to help people, right? So if you are getting help, just write I am in the chat so I know that I'm here for the right reason, because yeah, whatever. Let the platforms do what they want to do. I'm here to help real human beings. Let's go. All right. Let's go. Sean finished it. Sean said, I've never ever been on this platform for this long on a live. Wow. So that must mean that this is valuable. Hopefully that means this is valuable. Hopefully that means that this is valuable. All right, cool. Let's keep it moving. Let's jump into number 4. Marie put 4 in the chat. Marie put 4 in the chat. I like that. Marie's trying to get me to say the names on the platform. Say it, Samuel, say it. Let's go. All right, I love this. Let's go deeper. All right, so we got number 4. Let's jump into number 4. So number 1 was the bulk message. I showed you guys how you can literally write bulk messages using the platform of Zoopla. Number 2 was tapping into the buyer mortgage tool, which hopefully was very, very cool. Number 3 was boundaries of the markets, right? Let's get some more space. Number 4, if you're ready for more, and for number 5, just for the sake of time, I'll speed through number 5 because I've kind of touched number 5 a bit already. But number 4 is super ninja. This is what I call bespoke messages. Okay, so if you're looking to get bespoke messages, I'm going to show you how to do that specifically inside of Zoopla, right? This is a super ninja tool as well. And like I said, I kind of alluded to it a moment ago, but I'm going to show you exactly how to do it for yourself, okay? So here's what we're going to do. Let's say you come to the website of Zoopla. And when you come to the website of Zoopla, let's say you're looking for a specific area. Let's say it's your key area. What did we get? We had Sean throw in one for Watford that he wanted us to use earlier. So let's find that one. That was, where is this one? Marie, tell me more. Tell me more about invisible homes. I don't believe I have. I love this. Nana B says, Samuel, you're helping me. Let's go. All right. Where is it? Where is it? I'm sure it was in here somewhere. Sean, if you can throw in the Watford postcode again. I don't seem to see it inside of my comments, and I don't know if that's me. Okay, cool. There we go. Thank you. That was super fast. Sean, thank you for that. Super fast. WD25. Okay, so let's search WD25. So we throw in WD25 and we get all of these areas. Now, I'm going to show you how you guys can get what I call bespoke messages. Bespoke messages, tailor-made messages to you, okay? Now, in the area of Watford, I know Watford quite a bit. Let's say we're looking at this area only, and it says here, you guys can't see this part, but it says 171 results, all right? But I want to narrow those results down to the exact houses I want. Now, let's say I'm interested in looking at HMOs in that area, so I want a minimum of, let's say, 5 bedrooms, okay? I'm going to be looking at 5-bedroom properties and up, and that's really what I'm going to be thinking about. Now, from the 5 bedrooms I'm looking at, price, let's say I put no minimum, no maximum. I'm not interested in the price. I'm just interested in getting the right asset. With the right asset, guess what? I can make it make sense, right? So let's say I'm looking specifically for houses. So I'm going to go semi-detached. I'm also going to go terraced. I'm also going to go detached. And I don't want farms and lands. I don't want flats. And yeah, that's it. I'm just looking for those 3. Now, what this says to me is there's 24 results. Again, you guys can't see this, but it's narrowed it down from 161 to 24 results, which is super perfect for me, right? It's a good amount of number. It's a good number and a good amount of properties that I can look at. Right now, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hit save this search. Okay, I want you guys to pay attention to this. Save this search. Someone write in the chat, save search. Someone write in the chat, save search. So if we want bespoke messages, first thing we have to do is save the search, right? So we're saving the search. Now watch what's going to happen. The moment after I save the search, this window comes up, okay? It says save search and alert, okay? So this alert is how we start developing what we're talking about when we're speaking about bespoke messaging, okay? So it says save your search and create an alert for sales within WD25, okay? So do I want them added anytime? Do I want a minimum of 5 bedrooms? Do I want included auction, new homes, etc.? Do I want semi-detached houses, terrace houses, and also detached houses? So it's basically giving me a summary of the criteria I've given. Now, it says name your search. Now, let me say I'm going to name the search Watford HMO potential list. Okay, so now I've given it a name. I've given it my own bespoke name. Okay, now I move down. It says, how often do you like to receive search notification alerts, right? Do you want them instantly? So every time a new house comes, do you want to be known or notified? Or do you want them daily? Okay. Or do you want them every 3 days? Or do you want them weekly? Or do you want no property alerts? So we turn the alerts off. You get to choose. Okay. Now, if you're someone who's hyper on it, right? You might have daily, you might have every 3 days, you might have instantly. It's up to you, right? If you want to move fast, or if you're looking at a market that moves fast and you want to make sure you don't get gazumped. And for those of you who don't know what gazump means, being gazumped is when you go to get a property and someone else slides in right before you, okay? Or you put an offer in on a property and someone else puts an offer in just before you. Or when you put an offer in on a property and someone offers a little bit more than you, right? That's being gazumped, okay? And you don't want to get gazumped. So there's super ninja ways I teach my clients how to never get gazumped, and my clients never get gazumped because we're following these super ninja principles. But either way, so let's say we want to get these emails daily. We'll click that. Then we click save your search and alert. Now look at this, save search and alert, success. Your search Watford HMO potential list has been saved. You can access your saved searches by going to my Zoopla account, return to search results, manage my saved searches. Now I'm going to return to search results, but now I'm going to show you something, right? So now, thanks to Sean, we've got this saved. Now look what I'm going to do. If I go to the right-hand side right here, my little dashboard on the right-hand side, I can go to saved searches and alerts. Now you can see what I can have here. We should have saved the other one as well. We should have saved the Kensington and Chelsea just for the sake of this. But either way, I've got E17 houses. This is houses in Walthamstow, right? Which fit a certain criteria. That's one of my saved searches. I can go back to save searches and alerts, and I can put my Watford HMO potential list. Now, here's something that's interesting. Each of these saved searches on the dashboard showcase the criteria of the search. So you can see here, it's semi-detached properties, which are terrace detached, or all for sale, WD25, and at least 5 bedrooms. You can see the E17 criteria. It has to be a house to rent, has to be E17. You can see how often the alerts coming to me, daily alerts versus weekly alerts. Okay, now I don't actually want to get these daily, so I'm going to turn this off, save my preferences, and I just did this as a test earlier in the session, so I'm going to turn this off, save my preferences. Okay, so I can literally save these searches and now get bespoke messages. If this is of value to you, just write the word value in the chat. If you're in this live and you're literally getting value and you're saying, Samuel, wow, this is super valuable. I never knew that I was going to get this much value from literally just jumping in onto the live. Literally throw the word value in the chat. Now, let's look at some of the comments of what you guys are saying. Let's look at some of the comments of what you guys are saying and how you guys are getting value in this live. Marie says, Invisible Homes offers off-market property websites provide access to listings not listed on traditional platforms like Rightmove. That's interesting. A specialized platform allowing buyers to view homes before they go public, avoiding something else. Nimbus Maps, I'm familiar with Nimbus Maps. Nimbus Maps is a data driven platform used to identify off-market commercial and residential opportunities. Yeah, great. So this is all great, Marie. The only problem is, let me ask you this. Actually, this is going to be helpful. This is helpful for not just for Marie, for all of us, right? So here's my question. How many people do you think have access to any of the 2 websites you mentioned, right? So how many people do you think have access to Invisible Homes, all right? Let's even do something. Let's go Super Ninja today, okay? Let's go Super Ninja. If we should go Super Ninja, someone write in the chat Super Ninja, all right? Super Ninja, okay? So I'm going to Google, okay? And I love that. Marie's already given me a super ninja answer. She says too many, all right? Too many, all right? Danielle's on the super ninja tip tonight. All right, let's roll with Danielle. Danielle says super ninja. Let's go into dark mode super ninja, right? So dark mode super ninja, here's what we're going to do. We're going to write in, we're going to ask the Google, the AI, the Gemini. We're going to ask, how many people search or use the invisible, there we go, Invisible Homes website each month, okay? Question mark. Let's see what the Google and the Gemini tell us. All right, so look at this, right? AI overview. And again, guys, this is an AI overview. It may not be accurate. Here's my disclaimer. It's AI. It might not be right. Okay, hopefully that was okay for you. Let's go. So it says AI overview. Invisible Homes is an off-market property platform with over 20,000 to 35,000 plus registered buyers as of 2022, adding between 50 and 100 new users daily. It connects buyers with over 100 to 150 estate agencies for off-market exclusive property listings rather than acting as a public high traffic portal. Now, I'm going to tell you three things. My definition, okay, this is going to help everyone. My actual definition of off-market deals means it cannot be on the internet, okay? Because if a deal is on the internet, it's not off-market, okay? So reading that definition tells me these are not off-market deals in the first place. That's the first thing, okay? There's 20,000 registered buyers, indicating 26 to over 35,000 users a month, okay? I'm gonna tell you something, guys. All of the deals my clients get are typically off-market deals. What that means is there is one, someone write in the chat the number one. There is one person looking at the deal. Who's the one person? It's me or my client. It's the person that has used the strategies, the systems, and the sequences that I've taught them, and they become the only person entertaining that deal at the time. All right. If that's ninja, someone write in the chat ninja. Okay. Because guys, I said, should we go super ninja? That's super ninja. You can literally find out how many people are on that platform. Invisible Homes has over 20,000 people visiting that site every single week. That's not off market deals, guys. That's deals you're sharing. Now you might be sharing them with a lot less people than Rightmove, because I know Rightmove, let's go back super ninja. Okay. Let's check this out. How many people search or use let's change this to Rightmove. Well, actually, let's be honorable. Today we're looking at Zoopla, right? We did Rightmove. We did a Rightmove video the other day. So let's be honorable, right? Let's ask about Zoopla, okay? Now, Zoopla is going to be much more. We all know that. Okay, here we go, right? Based on 2025 to 2026 data, the Zoopla website and app attract approximately 55 million to 70 million visits per month. Okay, that's a lot more. Someone say that's a lot more. We should even do this. Let's do this for Zoopla. Let's give them a round of applause. They deserve that. All right, now they obviously deserve a round of applause because that's a lot more. Okay, it's a lot more. But we just saw Invisible Homes attracts 20,000. Okay, and 20,000 is a lot more. Someone write in the chat a lot more. 20,000 is a lot more than one. And when you are getting serious about using property to replace your income, here's a little secret. You want to be the only one. You don't want to be one of 20,000 looking at a property. You definitely don't want to be one of 35,000 looking at a property. You want to be the one looking at the property, okay? And if you guys are interested in how you can become the one person looking at the property, you can just throw in the chat the words I am, and then I'll share with you guys some of the ninja stuff that I do with my clients, all right? All right, guys, let's go into the last one. The last one's a real quick one, right? So I shared with you, so far we've got 4 done, okay? I shared with you, let's go. First and foremost, you can send bulk messages on the platform of Zoopla. These are 5 ways you're not using Zoopla that you could. And by the end of this video, by the end of this live, you're going to say, these are ways I should, right? The first one was through bulk messages. The second one was through the buyer mortgages, the buyer mortgage tool. The third one was through boundaries of markets, all right, which was Super Ninja, right? Then we just spoke about bespoke messages. Here's the last one, right? The 5th way, connect your stylus. Don't get so excited that the stylus turns off, okay? Apologies, guys. Sometimes my colorful stylus decides to turn itself off because I get too excited in the session. All right, let's reconnect the stylus so we can go further faster with number 5. Okay, someone throw in the chat the number 5. Okay, the 5th way that you can use this platform. Okay, Marie, I see you. I am. Okay, the 5th way that you can use this platform to move further, faster, and take advantage of the opportunities that are in front of you is through the benefits that you get being a member of the Zoopla website. Okay, member benefits, member benefits. Okay, member benefits. Okay, member benefits. I want you to think about that. Now, very quickly, you're gonna say member benefits. Samuel, what are the benefits of being a member of Zoopla? I'm so glad you asked. I'm gonna share with you some of them. Okay, let's get this screen up. Okay, so here are some of the benefits of being a member of the platform of Zoopla. Okay, I've already shared with you guys several times, right? I've told you already as well. Firstly, this is not paid promotion. Zoopla are not paying me. They probably should, just for literally teaching you guys some of this ninja stuff. But if you decide to be a member of the Zoopla platform, you get a few benefits. Sean says, I am. I see your I am. Let's go, right? One of the benefits is you get tailored alerts, okay? Tailored alerts. Someone write in the chat, tailored alerts, okay? That's one of the benefits. Another benefit is you get advanced searches. So I've shown you some of those advanced searches, right? You get advanced searches. Someone put in the chat AS for advanced searches, okay? And one of the most like cool things that I've seen on Zoopla, which I think is super ninja, all right? For those of you who want to write this down, is search from searches, okay? Search from searches. Samuel, what is that? Explain that, okay? There's a feature in Zoopla as a member where they provide you what we call travel time search. A travel time search is where you can search for properties within a certain travel time from a location. Those emojis are blowing up. Let's go. Okay. Travel time searches. Okay. Now, let's say you work somewhere, because I'm going to explain to you how Zoopla created this, but then I'm going to explain to you how you can use this, right? Let's say you work somewhere. Okay, let's say you work in Canary Wharf, 1 Canada Square, okay? And for those of you who don't know, the building is not called Canary Wharf, the building is called 1 Canada Square, okay? So let's say you work in 1 Canada Square and you want to make sure that you find a property within 15 minutes from 1 Canada Square. There is an advanced search inside of Zoopla as a member. Someone write in the chat the word member. You gotta be a member. You gotta be a member. As a member, you can literally get an advanced search, which is a travel time search, which allows you to search for properties within a specific time from a location. Okay, so there's some of the benefits. All right, so that's me, guys, going through 5 ways you could be using Zoopla that you're most likely not using Zoopla. Now, here's a quick question before I start going deeper, because I know a few of you said, I am, right? If you got value from this live, just write yes in the chat. I just want to know if some people got value in this live. If this live was valuable for you, just write the word yes in the chat. If you're literally tuned in, like Sean, and saying, this is the longest I've ever been on a live on TikTok, I'm usually on and gone, right? But today, Samuel got me on real strong, right? If you are literally getting value, throw the word yes in the chat so I can see this was of value to you. Danielle says, yes, Samuel, this was of value. She put the double S in there. Let's go. All right. Sean says, yes, this was of value. All right. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. All right. So here's what I'm going to do for those of you who found value from this, right? Let's go. I love that. I love that. I love that. Marie says, of course. I love that. Good old Jim Rohn fashion, right? I love Jim Rohn used to always say, of course. And it's like, yeah, like there's yes and there's of course, right? Let's go. Now, for some of you guys who said, I am, you're interested in finding out more about how I show my students, my clients, my coaching clients, right, how to find property deals so that you can be in a position like one of my clients, Reginald, who literally became an award-winning, a 2-time award-winning property investor by doing a deal based on a formula that I showed him, right? You guys can come and learn the exact stuff that I showed and taught Reginald through means of my upcoming 5-day cash flow creation week. Now, I want to say something. The 5-day cash flow creation week is a investment, okay? If you're a VIP, it's £444. If you're a general participant, it's £247. And what's even really cool is when we get to day 4, I teach you why we price the entries at that exact price. But I know. You're just meeting me for the first time. So you're saying to yourself, hey, but Samuel, I don't know if I can commit at that level. And if that's you, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to open up the opportunity for you to go and get one of my flagship resources, an amazing resource called the Cash Flow Kickstart. And you can go get the cash flow kickstart from this QR code right here, okay? This QR code right here. All you have to do is literally take a screenshot of the page. Please don't get me looking janky. I say this all the time. I'm putting the barcode down so you guys can make sure you don't do it, right? Because sometimes, all right, you know, I don't know if you guys know what it feels like. So let me paint this out for you. I don't know if you know what it feels like when someone sends you in your DMs a picture of you looking janky with a QR code next to you and says, hey Samuel, I got the QR code, but what else? But the other thing I got was a picture of you looking janky, Samuel. Just wanted to show you looking janky, right? I don't want to look too janky on the internet streets, right? But here it is, right? What you can do is you can go to this link that I'm going to share with you right now, okay? And the link is in the chat in the platform of TikTok. I'm throwing the link on the screen so you guys can see it. Actually, I have to take the link off the screen because otherwise you can't get the whole QR code, right? Nana B says, value, let's go. Nana and Reginald are the tag team that literally became two-time award-winning property investors from following these frameworks. Let's go. So it's great to have you inside of the live, Nana, all right? So link is inside of the chat. And at the same time, if you can't see the link, just write in the chat the word link, and then I'll make sure I get you the link. And also the QR code is on the screen. So whatever platform you're on, go and take a screenshot of me, hopefully not looking janky, okay? Take this QR code, scan the QR code, and go and get yourself a copy of the Cashflow Kickstart resource. That resource is currently retailing for less than $10. All right, I'm going to say it again in case you need to pick up your pen. It's currently retailing for less than $10. So you can go right here to this QR code and get your kickstart. Now, here's a little secret. Most people don't know this secret. The little secret is for people who have invested and got themselves a copy of the Cashflow Kickstart resource, my team have also put a very interesting bonus in terms of how you can join the Cashflow Creation Week that we have taking place in a number of days. So literally in the month of February, you're going to be able to join us in our Cashflow Creation Week with a very interesting bonus as long as you are a Cashflow Kickstart buyer. So if you go and get that book for less than $10, you'll be able to have an invitation to our Cashflow Creation Week at a price that is unbelievable. Let's go. All right, now with that being said, I'll leave the QR code up there. I love it. Nana says Cashflow Kickstart. Let's go. Absolutely worth it. Let's go. I love that in the comments. Let's go. All right. So what we're going to do is this. We're going to open it up. We're going to take 2 questions. We have enough time for about 2 questions. And then straight after those 2 questions, we are going to be keeping it rolling, keeping it strolling, because we got to keep going. All right. So guys, let me know in the chat what your questions are, what questions you have for me. What questions you have for me? What questions you have for me? I love that. I love that. I love that. Sean comes in with a super clutch question. First question, easy one to answer. Sean says in the comments, Samuel, how often are you live? Okay, currently, here's my answer currently, okay, because I don't know if I should say this. Currently, okay, I go live around once a week currently, okay, currently. It's usually on a Wednesday. Sometimes I get super excited on a Friday because on Friday, a lot of things happen for me on a Friday. On a Friday, we publish our video on the platform YT. Okay, on the YT platform, we publish a video every single week, 5 p.m. on Friday. So if you're not subscribed, get subscribed. And when that video usually comes out, what happens is I get excited and I'm like, look, I just want to go live. So I end up sometimes going live on Friday evening. Also, I have a community, a paid membership community called Wealth in Words, where I teach people the secrets that I've learned out of this amazing book, the most amazing book you'll ever read in your life, the Bible. And I teach people how I find secrets from the Bible and use those secrets to get paid. So that's my Wealth in Words community. And I teach the Wealth in Words community classes on Friday at 8 p.m. So sometimes what happens is we release our video at 5 p.m. on Friday. Then I teach in our Wealth in Words call from 8 p.m. and then it gets to like 10 p.m. and I've got so much energy. I'm so excited about seeing people's lives change because they share their wins in the Wealth in Words community. They share their key takeaways from the training. We have the training going on. And because Fridays are such an amped day, sometimes I get so much energy at 10 p.m. I'm like, I just got to go live. So typically I go live Wednesdays and sometimes Fridays, okay? But if you want like that regular content, hit that subscribe, hit that follow, hit that share, show people you care, and you'll get a whole bunch of more content from me out here. Let's go. All right, guys. All right. Let me know. Let me know. The comments aren't coming through for me anymore. I don't know why the comments ain't coming through. Let me check something, guys, because I can see you guys blowing up my comments, but I don't see the comments coming over to me. So I now have to squint my eyes and see if I can see. Oh, I know why they're not coming anymore, because I changed that tab. Okay, guys, if you threw a comment in that was super important, like a question or something, and I missed it, can you throw it in again? All right, please, that will be helpful, just so I make sure I get it. But I'm going to try and see if I can read these comments, even though they're going to be super small before they come in. Oh, okay, sorry. My comment dashboard is actually caught up, okay? So we had Sean's question first. He said, how often do you go live? The answer to that is once a week presently, usually on Wednesdays. But again, just follow, subscribe. And guys, look, if you want to ask me questions, feel free to DM me. I am accessible. I try to be accessible as much as I can when I'm not on coaching calls, strategy calls, etc. All right, Danielle, I don't know if this is a question, but let's see. Danielle says, you can't get the screenshot link from the QR code. A little bit is missing on screen. Okay, why is that? That shouldn't be the case. That shouldn't be the case. She says, okay, you got to move it over a bit. Okay, this is super cool. I like this. That shouldn't be the case. I think it might be because of the comment, Danielle. Okay, let me ask you, because I don't know. I don't know how you're seeing this, because how I can see this on your platform, the platform you're on, I can see the whole QR code. I can see the whole QR code, right? So firstly, guys, if you can see the whole QR code, just write in the comments, I can, all right? Now, to support Danielle as well, if you can't see the whole QR code, Danielle, the link is in the chat as well. The link is in the chat. Let me see if I can pin it. The link is in the chat. I don't know if you can pin in that platform, but let's see. Let's see. Okay, it's not looking like I can pin it there, which is super weird, but let's have a go and let me see if I can pin it. And guys, whoever it is that's banging that like button, right? Thank you ever so much. All right. I love that. The like button is just getting banged in that platform. I'm just seeing the love hearts flowing up. All right, cool. Let me try to get this done. You want me to pin the comment in the chat so you guys have that. Okay. Okay, cool. All right. Sean says, no, it's the same for me. It cuts some of it off for us. Okay, that is not cool, man. Okay, maybe it's because I'm looking at the screen. Okay, Marie says I can see the whole comment. Maybe it's because I'm looking at the screen on a computer. I don't know. If you guys are on mobile, maybe it is cutting it off. I do apologize. All right. So what I'm gonna do, you guys have asked for it. So let me make your wish my command. You have said, Samuel, can you scoot the QR code over? And I don't know how to do that right now. All right. Daniel says, yes, I'm on mobile. Okay. Yes, I can move it, but it's going to take a couple of minutes. So the fastest thing for me to do is just give you guys the link. And I think the link is already in the chat. So let's go. All right, let me see if I can add the link here. All right. Is it going to go in the chat? Okay, I love that. Sean says, well, to be fair, I actually screenshotted the link. All right, that's perfect. All right. That's perfect. There it is. There's the link. Okay, guys, the link is in the chat. The link is in the chat. Can you see the link in the chat? Right. Let me see. I can, if you can see the link in the chat. All right. The link is in the chat. So even if you can't see the QR code fully, the link is in the chat. Danielle, let me know if you can see the link in the chat. Let me know if you can see the link in the chat. All right. And just so you guys know, I've got some cool effects connected. So if any of you guys do decide to invest and get the Cashflow Kickstart book, you're literally going to see some effects on the screen as well. All right, cool. So that is most of what we've got ready for you today. We've got one more question to answer. So guys, throw your question in. What last questions do you guys have for me? Let me know what questions you guys have. Before we wrap up for today's session. Okay, what questions do you guys have before we wrap up for today's session? We got one more question. We had Sean's question about how often do I go live. We got one more question to go. Let me do this. I love that. Thank you. You are most welcome, Danielle. You are most welcome. Danielle says, I can see the link in the chat. Good session. Thank you. You are most welcome, Danielle. This is what we do. We are here for the community. I remember when I wanted to become financially free. I remember when I was working what I call overtime, undertime, and all the time. And when I was working overtime, undertime, and all the time as a secondary and A-level math teacher, and my wife was working as a primary school teacher, and things just felt hard, like we had been sent the red card. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to solve my problem. And it was literally a webinar that I watched helping me understand how I could leverage the skills I had learned in property that assisted me to move further faster in my future. And that's the reason why my wife and I made a decision a number of years ago that when we get sorted, we're going to help other people to get sorted. So I really appreciate that, Danielle. And guys, it's a small gesture to say thank you, but thank you means a lot because thank you says that value was distributed, and that's important to us. So let's go. All right. Let's go through the comments. Let's go. Sean, let's go. All right. Sean says, do you specialize in HMOs, rent to rent? What's your journey been? All right. So honestly, Sean, in order for you to get a flavor of my journey, it's probably going to take a lot longer than I've got left on the live. So just make sure you're subscribed or following, or even DM me and I can send you a voice note and just give you an overview. But long story short, yes, I focused on HMOs in 2015 to replace my wife's income first because my wife was going through some stuff at work which I felt like as a man I shouldn't allow her to go through. So I needed to replace her income really fast. So I used property to replace her income by building a portfolio of HMOs. I actually built a portfolio worth £2.4 million over a 12-month period. And on my Instagram or that platform, the IG platform, I share some of that story. But yeah, over that 12 months, I was able to replace my wife's income. She was able to leave her job. That was in 2016. Now, because I was a teacher, she was a teacher as well, but I was a fully fledged teacher. I was actually a teacher trainer. So I used to teach my students, my amazing students, secondary and A-level maths. And I also used to teach teachers how to teach. I was a teacher trainer as well. So because I was a teacher trainer, I couldn't hand in my resignation and leave straight away. I had to give at least 3 months notice, which meant although I'd replaced my wife's income and she could leave her job in 2016, I couldn't leave my job until 2017. So in 2017, I left my job. And as a result, my wife and I decided to work from home, which is what we've been doing since 2017, homeschool our children, which is what we've been doing since 2017. And then because of my skills in teaching, and I was really good at explaining things and helping people, a lot of people in my community started asking me, hey, Samuel, can you show me how you replaced your income? And then I started showing people how I replaced my income. And then I became a part of one of the largest property networking communities in the whole of the UK. And they asked me to host a networking event in Watford. So I started hosting that networking event in Watford. I did that for a year. And 3 months into doing that, it was going so well. We had so many people coming to hear my story and what I had done that I then got invited to host the Canary Wharf Property Investors Network event, which I then did for 3 years. And we turned that into one of the largest property networking events in the whole of the UK, probably in the whole of Europe, but definitely in the whole of the UK. We had over 100 people attending my networking event every single God blessed month. And we was doing that up until the lockdown. And then when the lockdown happened, I just didn't really want to be networking online. I preferred to be adding value to people online, which is what I've been doing since 2015. So as a result, I decided to no longer host my networking event because it was a virtual networking event and start actually just delivering content online like this. And we've been doing this on all of the platforms the way we do it. So again, guys, if this is of value to you, feel free to get locked in. Follow the journey. Maybe I can be of value to you on your journey by showing you the same principles I use to replace my income, by showing you the same practices that my clients have used to replace their income, and to show you the same precepts that some of my clients have used to become multi-award winning property investors. Let's go. All right, guys. And guys, all of this is about having fun. It's about using principles that work. They work for everyone because principles don't discriminate. They don't say, hey, you live in Milton Keynes, I'm not going to work for you. They don't say, hey, you're 6'2", I'm not going to work for you. They don't say, hey, I don't like the color of your skin, I'm not going to work for you. Hey, you're tall, you're short, I'm not going to work for you. No, the beautiful thing about principles is principles work for every single solitary person the exact same way, as long as you know how to use that principle in order to get paid. So this is what we do. All right, hopefully that's helpful. And that was our second question. Sean says, Oh, I love that. He says, you must have been a good teacher. You're very engaging. I appreciate that. Amazing. Marie says, yeah, you get me hyped up. You're a great teacher, definitely, or good teacher, definitely. Thank you ever so much, Marie. Thank you ever so much, Sean. I appreciate you guys, and I love the compliments. But guys, here's the real compliment. The real compliment is do what it takes so you can create your break. Because when you create your break, that's something no one else can make you do. All right. So wherever it is, the big step you need to take, the leap you need to take, if it's replacing your income, if it's replacing your spouse's income, like it was for me, if it's having more revenue for your elderly parent or your elderly family member who needs your help, guys, do what it takes. Because so many people in our society don't do what it takes, and it doesn't take much. It doesn't take much. It might just be the kickstart that you need. It might just be the 5-day cash flow creation week that you need. Whatever it is you need to succeed, jump in and make sure you get what you need. All right, so absolutely amazing. I love that. Marie throws in the cartwheel. I love that. That's such a great emoji, guys. I'm an emoji enthusiast, if that's a word, right? So guys, if you got emojis, I love seeing them. All right, so for those of you who want to tap in and go get the cash flow kickstart currently, whilst it's less than $10, you can go get that at Impact. There we go, at the cashflow quiz.com/book, thecashflowquiz.com/book. You can also literally scan the QR code that is on the screen if you're someone who's not on mobile and you can see it, or if you're someone on another platform and you can see it, or side by side with that, you can screenshot this link right here and go to that website and go get the Cashflow Kickstart book. That book is going to help you move further faster in your future. It's literally less than 50 pages, and the reason I made it less than 50 pages is because I love reading. And guess what I discovered by loving reading? I discovered that if you can create a book with absolutely no fluff, more people will read it and more people will use it in order to produce results. So that's the reason why I literally said to myself, let's actually make a book that's less than 50 pages so no one has any excuse about literally reading it. And that's what we do, and that's what we've done, and that's why so many people have used it and won. So with that being said, guys, I think that's all the questions. I don't know if there's any more questions. I think that's all the questions. I don't know if there's any more questions. Nana B in the house, thank you for liking the live. We appreciate you, sister. Nana B's literally, it looks like you literally came over from one platform to the other platform because it felt like, yo, it's really bumping over there on that TT platform. I need to get some of that energy. Yes, Nana B, it is bumping over there. Now, with that being said, Peculiar, welcome to the live. Feel free to throw in a hi. It's great to have you inside of the live. But with that being said, guys, I think we've come to the end of the live. Nana says, yes, I hopped over to join the community. Let's go. And guys, look, I'm not that guy who's going to tell you go from this platform to that platform. It doesn't matter to me. What matters, like, I do the hard work so you guys don't have to. All right. I've already gone out of there. I've got my team together to make sure we can show up on the black platform and the red platform and the blue platform and the purpley platform, right? We're on all of the platforms so we can add value to you. The only thing I will say is some of the platforms have replays. So if you watch this stuff and you get value and you're like, you know what, Samuel, I want to go deeper, go watch the replays on those specific platforms. Most of the platforms don't have replays. One of the platforms gives you a replay for 30 days, then it deletes it. Interesting. But the point I'm making, guys, is get what you need in order for you to succeed. And that way you will be able to produce the food for your family to have to feed. With that being said, guys, it's Samuel I Can Win. I'm signing out. As I usually say, good day, God bless, you are blessed, and it's been an absolute pleasure adding value to you. And I'll see you guys on the next one. And please remember, as I always say, it's small keys like these that open up big doors. And I'll see you on the next one. Let's go. Emojipedia. Let's go.